The History of Japanese Green Tea. Simplified. Green tea has become a staple drink, and we will show you how Japanese green tea turned into a worldwide sensation. Keep watching to learn more about the history of this magical drink. You will learn how matcha and tea ceremony were created, and how samurai culture was affected by tea. Let's first travel to the 8th century in Japan. The year 710 to 784. The origin of tea in Japan during the Nara period. Tea was first brought to Japan during the 8th century Nara period from Tang Dynasty China via envoy by 3 Buddhist monks, Saicho, Kukai, and Eichu. They often traveled with diplomatic envoys during that period, as they were the leading scholars of Buddhism and commonality between the two countries. Fast forward to the 9th century. The year 809 to 823. Buddhism and tea in the reign of Emperor Saga. The monk Eichu personally served Emperor Saga, the 52nd emperor of Japan, at the Bon Shakuchi Temple in 815, according to the Nihon Koki, or the Later Chronicles of Japan, which is the first document to refer to tea drinking in Japan. Tea was rare and had only just been introduced, so drinking tea was limited to monks and members of the imperial court. Emperor Saga played a vital role in importing tea seeds from China and the subsequent popularization of tea in the country in the 9th century. Furthermore, his support and encouragement caused a boon in the tea plant's cultivation, thus beginning the long and illustrious history of tea in Japan. In the early years, tea was cultivated and produced by steaming the leaves and forming them into bricks for transportation. These bricks were then roasted and ground into a powder, mixed with water and salt to create the tea drink. Let's fast forward to the year 1100 to 1200s. Eisai and Green Tea in Japan. Eisai was a Zen master and Buddhist monk who was credited with introducing Zen Buddhism to Japan and green tea. Dissatisfied with Buddhism in Japan, Eisai traveled to China numerous times in the late 12th century and received his Zen Master certification. In 1191, he returned to Japan with green tea seeds and promoted the tea for its many medicinal qualities, particularly heart health. Green tea became a favorite drink of the upper classes in Japan, and due to the increase in demand, the production of tea was developing new techniques by simply turning green tea leaves into powder. After this, Zen Buddhist monks developed a new method for growing green tea plants in the shade. Since the upper class enjoyed tea as a rare and expensive commodity, farmers tried to save the tea from frost damage by using a canopy called tana leaves in the colder months. However, farmers discovered that tea grown in the shade resulted in a more mellow taste. This tea eventually became known as the matcha we know today. By the way, we are making a video specifically about this part of history now, so please subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss it when we are done with the video. In 1271, the Buddhist monk Koken planted tea trees in the Uchiwara region of Kyoto. Kyoto then became the country's #1 producer of tea. Let's continue our time travel and discover everything about green tea, from the development of the tea ceremony in the 16th century until how matcha became a trend today. The year is 1500, the birth of tea ceremony. A Buddhist tea master named Rikyu, said to be responsible for the popularization of the wabi-sabi aesthetic, is largely credited with developing the enduring rituals and philosophy of the tea ceremony. He developed many rituals and practices that became commonly accepted vital aspects of the tea ceremony, including directly incorporating the wabi-sabi aesthetic into the tea ceremony. His personal development of aspects, such as the small rustic rooms known as soan, the flower containers, the bamboo lid rests, the raku technique of making bowls, and the emphasis on simple objects was instrumental in developing the tea ceremony. By this time, green tea was the drink of choice all over the country, not limited to the upper class people. In the 1600s, the monk Bai Sao began a movement countering the strict tea ceremony rituals and advocated a looser approach to its consumption. He was instrumental in the adoption of a new tea-making technique, which became known as sencha. Let's go to the world of the samurai. The Edo period, 1600 to 1868. Samurai and the tea ceremony. During Japan's Edo period, the country was rife with civil war. and the warrior class, known as samurai, rose to great esteem and prominence. The ceremony, previously dominated by the highly influential Buddhist monks, became adopted by samurai beginning in the 17th century and continued for hundreds of years as the samurai refined and developed their practice. A common misconception about the tea ceremony and the warrior class is the assumption that samurai use the practice as a tranquilizer against the aggression of battle. This is contrary to the samurai view of both battle and tea ceremony. Samurai use the ritual of the tea ceremony as metaphorical disciplinary training to prepare them for battle. A sudden change of weather or unforeseen event or misstep in the tea ceremony taught them the discipline of maintaining principles of behavior and commitment, despite unexpected changes or mistakes on the battlefield. It taught them that one misstep can lead to many, and that an ethic and practice rooted in discipline and careful understanding could improve martial strategy and results. By the way, we are making a video specifically about samurai and tea, so please subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss it when we are done with the video. Alongside the increased availability and popularity of green tea and tea consumption, the 18th century development of sencha led to various other types of green tea available to the public. Over time, sencha became the most widely consumed tea in Japan. We will now go to the modern times, from the 19th century moving forward, 1800s and beyond, machinery and tea production. At the end of the 19th century, the practice of hand-rolling the tea leaves, known as tamami, could not keep up with increased levels of production and demand. Because of this, tea production had grown to a yearly quantity of 24 million kilograms, thanks to the mechanical shears and processing machines that allowed for tea production to increase at a steady rate. Machine automation and sensors in the 20th century increased production capabilities further still. We will now go to the present time. Current tea popularity in Japan. Green tea has remained a trendy beverage throughout the centuries, and is currently in the number 2 spot behind lager beer. Yeah, I know. However, tea consumption has declined among the youth population. It is uncommon for young people to keep teaware in their homes, as they prefer bottled tea or other quick drinks. Consumption of coffee has also skyrocketed. In some places, tea production has fallen by as much as 15% in recent years. At the same time, green tea has also become a phenomenon worldwide, especially in America, where green tea is viewed as nutrient-rich and a healthier source of caffeine than coffee. Like Eisai in the 12th century, some advocate tea as medicine, and many studies have been conducted on its cancer-fighting and anti-inflammatory properties. Matcha is one Japanese tea that has leaped to fast-produced beverages to become a trendy drink, often offered as a healthier alternative to coffee. Matcha lattes or frappuccinos are widely available, as is canned matcha tea. In Japan, matcha-flavored sweets are also trendy, as is green tea mochi ice cream. Yum! There is no doubt that tea has had an enormous influence on Japanese culture, from its relationship with religion and the development of tea ceremony and aesthetics, to its impact on battle strategy, and becoming a household beverage. Green tea has been evolving since the beginning, and as you can see, it is still changing its shape and evolving. So where does it go from here? Well, you may be holding the key in your hand. What's your cup of tea today? If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe. And if subscribed, click the alert notification button. Thanks for watching. Japanese Green Tea Company. Harvested with love in Japan.